something they were some program they were initiating or some economic deal that was going down that was helping them. Anyway, it was a good.
If you're talking about their economy, their economy is just as high as ours. Actually, they make just as much as we do. Their minimum wage is just the exact same as ours, except that they don't pay taxes when they export all those Samsung stuff over to us, and they don't pay for the military to be there. We're just there as part of the economy.
What were you doing there? Were you on the border? Were you doing border patrol or anything?
No,
like that?
we were close to the DMZ. We were close to the DMZ. We're in Camp Casey. So that's one of the first major bases. It's there, ready. Yeah, in case anything happens.
How's the tension over there? I mean, how's it? Because it's been building up. It seems like things have been, especially over the past few years. Well, and you were there. I think it's when all this past couple of years, it's really become a little bit stupid.
It has been. It has been. They say that the tensions right now are better than they were before, surprisingly. And I think everybody's looking forward to the new president.
Well, any little safety valve and relief off of the tensions that are going on in this world right now. Because a lot of experts have always talked about career being the real flashpoint. We're going to have something really big happening. Like career is one of those spots, like being on the spot. But now a lot's happening in the South China Sea. That seems to, I just glanced at an article this morning where, the Chinese are, even though I guess it was a world war,
Well, maybe you should look a little more into North Korea, because a lot of people that can't make nuclear weapons are giving all their money to North Korea so they can make more.
Wonderful.
So that's where a lot of the tension is.
Yeah, I would think so.
So all the Saudi Emirates princess. No.
So what's next for you now? Where are you stationed now?
We're stationed here at Fort Holt.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So what I was laughing at your political correctness sign is that in certain colleges now, that word is not allowed to be used because it's a racist word.
What is it?
Political correctness.
By what definition? How did they define
They
that?
see it as a racist way of saying that you have to be politically correct because you can't speak your mind. I want to say it's one of the Maryland colleges. I just heard a whole thing. They did a little update on words you can no longer say.
I'm just wondering how much this sticks with students, because I talk to students out there, and it's just because the ones I was talking to, it's rare. But I do ask them, how do you guys feel about safe spaces or the political incorrect crap that they do. And it doesn't seem to me like sticking with the majority of the students. But of course, I do get that you can tell the ones that I have offended their safe space. Actually, I'm going to court on the 27th. There's a man that came by with his college-age daughter. From Boston.
Hold on. I like that one. Hold on.
And I started showing him stuff on the Boston bombing. Just went complete denial mode and started calling me un-American. So we got into a shouting match and he called the cops on me and I was charged with simple assault. Yeah, I know. So I have to go to court.
Not a verbal assault, but simple assault. Did you touch him?
No threats of violence, nothing, And I filmed most of the encounters. But I'm going to show up to court, my full Uncle Sam. Make a show off. So you have a problem with him, do you? Do you have a problem with Mr. Trump? You do? You do? So what part of the national sovereignty do you have a problem with? Say, did you didn't leave anything in my tip jar, or you just typical Democrats? And took a picture and walked away. Is that it? Huh? Everything's free for Democrats, right? Everybody else has to pay for it, right?
Welfare system, medical system, prescription drugs. Yep, you're right. We're with you. Trust me. And most of the military is We all think that same thing.
Oh yeah, but like again, it was an article.
Yeah.
There was an article in the paper. The I mean, the whole media, of course, is Clinton. There's an article in the paper today about how yes, a lot of the military are now split because of Donald Trump, coming down on Khan and all this bullshit, right? I'm going, that's nuts. I'm talking to military out here every day. I would say easily 95%. I'm just, again, I don't know. The ones that stop obviously agree with what I'm doing. But how many in the military would you say percentage-wise are Trump, going on Trump? What would you be your rough estimate?
So we're not big fans of Trump and everything he says because
Of course
sometimes
not.
I think,
I'm not.
you have to. He just made fun of one of our Bets's parents for speaking at Hillary Clinton's thing because he was a raghead. He was a Catholic who died very honorably defending his guys engaging an IUD vehicle.
Are you talking about the Khan incident?
Yeah.
Well, do you know where?
So
Do you know where Khan comes from? Do you know his background?
yes,
That
and
he's
I also know how
that
he
he's a
died.
lawyer for the Muslim Brotherhood. That his law firm specifically specializes.
Captain? No, I think you're thinking somebody else.
No, the father, the one that spoke at the national convention, right? Has spoke on behalf of Sharia law, written articles about it. He's
But you see, the crazy part is that we have a lot of soldiers that believe in Sharia law because they were raised up that way.
But that's directly opposed to anything in our Constitution. So it's incompatible. It's oil and water. And they should be out of the service, and as far as I'm concerned, out of this nation. If you cannot abide by the Constitution, which Sharia law does not,
I agree with you. What
they
makes
should be
us feel
drummed out of the
American-
service and drummed out of the
Yep, it's the Constitution. That's what makes
So,
everything.
I'm totally, but the thing about this whole deal, again, I'm looking at the left-wing propaganda. This guy is a complete shill, writes about Sharia law, takes money from rich Muslims to grant them access to the United States, to get them visas, so anybody that can afford to can pay their way through this guy's service. So I just don't get it, how it's sort of like saying, okay, I don't imagine anything more opposed to the Constitution than Sharia law.
Yeah, but his son wasn't that way. His son served honorably.
Yes, he did.
And he made
But-
the
but-
ultimate sacrifice.
But Trump never came out against him. The only thing Trump said, this is the only thing Trump said was, why didn't his wife speak? Drawing attention to the fact that women are second-class citizens in that guy's religion. That's all Trump said. He didn't mention the son. He didn't mention nothing. And all of a sudden it turned out to be Trump disrespects gold, families and disparages this soldier that died honorably. And all he asked was, why didn't she speak?
I just wish he just kept his mouth shut.
Well, there's a lot of that. Listen, there's a lot
I
of
wish
things
his
I
wife
wish.
would keep her mouth shut too, because she can't speak English to save her. I had to have the subtitles
speaks 5
so that I
languages.
could. Yeah, I know, but English isn't one of her good ones. It really isn't.
She's not going to be running the country.
Otherwise, we'd have more nude pictures of her. I've seen them. That's why. I've seen them from
Well, we could see nude pictures of his mother.
Oh. Yeah. That would be the first thing.
Yeah, but the story of how she got nude pictures, right? His mother, when the family, when she was 16, moved from Washington to Hawaii, she rebelled, as any teenager might back then, okay, right? Her father was a top CIA agent. So, to really punish Daddy, she started dating Frank Marshall Davis, a black man over twice her age who happened to also be one of the top communists in the country at the time. He was also a pornographer. and he was taking pictures of a 16-year-old in the nude and then selling them to men's magazines. He consequently got her pregnant. Now, the CIA agent couldn't have his daughter marrying the top communist in the country. That wouldn't work well. So, he approached Barack Obama, who they knew wanted to give him to Harvard, but didn't have the money. He said, this is what you do. Marry my daughter, you go to Harvard. And it was an arranged marriage. That's why he only stuck around for a couple of weeks. If you look at Barack Obama next to his alleged father, Barack Obama, they don't look anything alike. You look at Barack Obama next to Frank Marshall Davis, and they're stiff images of each other. And he even says that Frank Marshall Davis raised him. He said that. You can hear him say that. And you can also see him sitting on the same couch in which his mother was photographed nude on. That's how
I'll have to look that up.
Oh yeah, it's the documentary Dreams from My Real Father by Jerome Corsi. It is a devastating documentary. This guy is a completely made up, from the cloth CIA Manchurian Candidate. From the get-go, he was raised, he was born into it. Compromised from the beginning.
I'll have to look that up. I didn't know that. Yeah.
These are one of those scary truths where they got, it can't be true. Yeah.
Right.
Here, have a gift from Hillary Clinton.
Is it birth control?
No.
Condoms?
Hey, that's a good idea. This is a,
free abortion ticket.
you got way too much class to use this. Either one of you got way too much honor. But it's a get out of jail free card from Hillary Clinton. You got to identify yourself as Hillary Clinton. That's why I say you're not going to do that. So I suggest you pass it on to one of your liberal friends. They have absolutely no shame or honor. They'll use it.
I like that. I'll post that on Facebook.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Anything you'd like to leave for the Bulletproof Vest Fund would be appreciated.